Hello, hello, hello. I am getting stuff set up and we're gonna do my EP of the year and album of the year and everything else video currently. So I hope you enjoy this video and I will come back once I'm done setting up. Okay, done setting up. So welcome to the album of the year, EP of the year, and other music shit of the year video. So how this is gonna work is to avoid hopefully running out of storage, do my top 10 albums, and then my top 5 EPs, and then do screen recording voiceover stuff for all the rest of the stuff I have. Plus, I will be posting my Google Sheet. I have this on in my comments, so if you want to go take a look at it, go ahead. And anything in terms of albums and EPs that are at the bottom of the list does not mean I didn't like it. It just personally means for me I didn't go back and listen to it as much as some of the other ones at the top of the list. So yeah, let's get into it. I think I covered everything. I have the Chromebook right in front of me. Hopefully it doesn't tweak out, but oh, well, there it is. We have, I can't show it. We have all the albums there, so let's get started. At number 10, which is just when I actually switched earlier today, it was originally the Never Tell album. Now that's at 11. Now 1000 Below, Buried in the Jade, is at number 12. Sorry, not 12, 10. I'm so tired, I'm sorry. But it is at number 10. I absolutely loved this album. I found that I kept coming back to it, specifically, I can't remember the titles of the songs now, but House of Dread and Kerosene are definitely my top 2 favorite ones. Those are the ones I will go around like quote singing all the time, just because the beginning of both of them starts so good and I love them. They're actually both on my favorite song playlist for my faves of 2025. That is the playlist that is currently playing behind me. Yeah, I really love this album. I love the whole vibe. I love that it's a little heavier. Not too long after this, I actually ended up making a 1000 Below playlist. And I listened to it. I went back and listened to all their stuff. I honestly didn't remember a lot of it, but I remember really liking their album before Buried in the Jade, so going back and re-listening to that one was really fun, because there were actually a lot of songs I did remember off of it. Okay, okay. Moving on, we have Acres the Host, and this I didn't technically listen to as much as some of the others, but it's one song in particular, which was Push Me Away, that features Landon Tors. Landon Tors also did help write and produce this album. So no joke, I absolutely love the plot and use, so I was really excited for this. But specifically, Push Me Away is a freaking amazing, like, just show-stopping song to me, and I love it, love it, love it so much. Like, I've had that one on repeat multiple times this year since it came out. It's just explosive. It gives me chills every time. The vocals in that song are freaking amazing. It is on this playlist too. I love it. I do really need to go back and listen to this album more, but at the time of doing this list, it's just mostly definitely because of Push Me Away. Up next, we have Starset Silos. This was also my year where I returned to listen to Starset for the first time in a while. They're a very space-themed band, and they have amazing lore and stuff. I just kind of fell off of them and stopped listening to them for a while this year. Like, I probably, over the years, only heard a couple songs here and there when they come up on my playlist. But I ended up actually really enjoying this album, and I was kind of surprised because I wasn't too hot on how some of the vocals sounded originally in the singles, but the more I listened to those songs that were singles, the more I get used to the vocals. Obviously, my favorite song on the entire record is the title track. I absolutely love this album. It got me back into listening to Starset. I think after it came out, I listened to Starset for weeks. I went back and found some of my favorite songs and put them on my S tier playlist. It was just really amazing getting back into this band again and like actually remembering how much I love them and how much I used to listen to them. Um, and how just amazing some of their songs are. Like, I forgot how like Avengers coded It Has Begun was, and how much when I was like really in my Marvel era that I connected that song to Marvel. Yeah. Next up at number 7, we have I Prevail, Violent Nature. I know there's split opinions on the song. I know the whole situation with Brian leaving and all that stuff. But I actually really enjoyed this record. I had 3 songs on concert repeat for the next month after it was released. New World Order, God, and Stay Away were those top 3. And then before the album came out, one of the last singles, Annihilate Me. I wasn't very too much hot when they released the first single, which was Violent Nature. And then I think they released another one at some point. But Annihilate Me was the one that actually ended up really pulling me into the album and what made me like actually really excited for it because I really like that song. And then the 3 songs I mentioned, New World Order, Stay Away, and God, just kind of blew my mind in terms of like the I Prevail heaviness. I honestly did really miss having Brian singing, but I can't get over it because I did really enjoy this album. I'm shocked at how much I actually enjoyed it and how much I went back to it. But specifically, just those 3 songs were basically the soundtrack up until I took them off in like the middle or towards the end of October. Yeah, it's just a really fun album. Next, at number 6, we have Unprocessed Angel. Another album I've seen people talk about, but not enough because it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's imaginative. If you do not remember that in 2023, Unprocessed released their EP, I can't honestly remember the full title of it right now. I think it's And Everything in Between. I absolutely ate that up. It's such a good EP. But I didn't get to put it in my album of the year stuff for that year because at that point that released in December and I had already done my album of the year and EP of the year stuff that year, so I kind of had to skip out on it. But I did end up putting them in my favorite songs for 2024. Going back to this album, I absolutely loved it. I love that it was released on Halloween. It gave the vibes I needed for that day. The singles leading up to it, my favorite being Sacrifice Me, they were all amazing. My second favorite single, that was a single before the album release, but I didn't listen to it more until after, was actually Beyond Heaven's Gate. I really like that one. That one's really beautiful. But I think my favorite song and my favorite moment from the entire album, because I constantly think about this, is the track 111 and the breakdown in that, and when Manuel starts doing his ahs over it and then like screams "You are the only one," and then it goes into the full breakdown and the ahs are still going and it's just freaking beautiful and like breathtaking, and it takes your breath away and it gives you chills. Like, I was listening to it at work one day and I just was absolutely like fucking floored and awed. I've listened to this song so many times and I just get excited anytime that part comes up. Like, it freaking amazing. Also the collab with Fever 333 on this, I constantly have, I'm gonna tell you a little thing about these killers, or whatever that lyric line is, playing in my head and stuck in my head, and I constantly also quote it. And this album was just so fun, and honestly, such a nice bigger album to end the year with, in my opinion. Yeah. Next up at number 5 is Lonely God. And I cannot emphasize enough how badly I feel that I didn't listen to more of the singles, because this album is absolutely fucking peak. I listened to all the singles again once the album was out, because I never really went back to them that much. And again, I really regret that, because Begin the Sacrifice is one of my top songs of the year. Like 100%. Like, I cannot doubt that. Like, that song, I want to cry every time I listen to it. Like, the first couple times I went and listened to it again after the album came out, it didn't, and then just one day it freaking hit, and it just makes me want to cry all the time, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And then Lonely God is just breakdown upon breakdown, and has really fun lyrics. Like, some of my some of my favorite lyrics of the year are in that song, and it's also just very evil sounding. And then you have Monolith featuring Alpha Wolf, which I was really excited for. Another one of my favorites from the album, but I don't think specifically from the whole year. It's a really good song, and I love that Alpha Wolf is in it. Like, when the album date got released, at the time I was listening to Alpha Wolf quite a bit, so that's why I was really excited. But it's still a good song. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a couple sad songs on there that do get me too. The Chris Motionless feature is peak. Obviously not on my favorite songs playlist either, but I still really, really like that song. Yeah. Next up, obviously one of the biggest releases this year, and what got me into listening to more of them. Also, again, another band like that. We got Thornhill Bodies, and I actually have a CD for this because I bought it shortly after the album was released, because I loved this album so much. Oh, it's a heater. I absolutely adore this record. Like, there were multiple times throughout the year I was listening to Thornhill, having different songs on my repeat playlist, or like some of their older songs, or some songs from this album, specifically Viper Room, which is not on this album but was just a single, like, way before this album was announced or anything with it. I had that song on my repeat playlist for multiple months in a row. It kept coming off, and then I kept putting it back on. It's just such a fun song. But like, all the songs on here were so fun. Like Nerve, which I didn't really like as a single at first, then somehow turned around. I didn't really like it at first, but somehow turned around sometime in the year, and I now absolutely love that song, and it is on this playlist too. Obsession, which came out 2 years ago, technically, or a year ago, I don't remember. I think it was a year ago. But I listened to that song so much this year because I felt bad that when it came out, I didn't really come back to it as much, but my god, is that song freaking amazing. Other heaters on this, honestly, Silver Swarm, another one of my like really big top songs this year. I absolutely adore that. I adore that song. I love the vibes of it. It's just so fun. Like, I had it on constant repeat. It was one of my top songs, I think, for 2 months. Yeah, and then also Revolver. The amount of times I like, it hypes me up. Like, this album is just perfect, and you need to go listen to it, like, if you haven't, and if you don't like it, listen to it again, because it will grow on you, because it definitely grew on me. But yeah, it definitely grew on me, because I didn't really think it was going to be one of my top albums this year, but the more I listened to it, the more I fell in love with it. It is freaking amazeballs. Oh, I could sit and talk about this album all day if I wanted to. Then at number 3, another one I have is Dayseeker, Creature in the Black Night. I know there were a lot of split opinions on this album and a lot of people saying that album sounded the same. Well, I don't think that it sounds the same at all. Like, all the songs have such different personality and whatever, but this album has made me want to cry multiple times, or actually start crying, or I'm just bopping. I had specifically, again, the title track and all the singles on repeat for multiple weeks in a row. I think my longest one was still Creature in the Black Night. I don't know the exact number, but like, even if I didn't really like some of the singles right away, they grew on me. Like, Shapeshift grew on me so fast, and Bloodlust. But my favorite song on this whole album is not Creature, which it was originally, or Pale Moonlight was quite high up there too, but specifically Nocturnal Remedy, because I was not ready for Rory to say, "Get down on your knees." Like, I heard that and I absolutely had to pause, because I did originally want to film a reaction video for this, but then it just didn't end up happening. Like, it did end up happening, but then I just didn't end up feeling like posting it, so I scrapped it. But oh my god, did I absolutely adore this album, even with not having new reaction video. I think you can honestly tell by how I'm talking about it. But again, going back to Nocturnal Remedy and hearing Rory say "down on your knees," I had to like pause what I was doing, because I legitimately freaked out and like had just to stop and collect myself. And then he screams it in the breakdown, and I know 100% I was literally freaking blushing, like so hard, blushing so hard, because I was not ready for that. And then it was another one of my top songs when I had on repeat for almost the whole month of November. It is just an infectious, catchiest chorus. Also, because of it, I have not talked about this, but I started playing Animal Crossing, and because of this album, I just started playing Animal Crossing in November. My island's name is Dayseeker, just because of this album and Nocturnal Remedy. As close as I think I can get it is my island tune, because I absolutely love this song. Also, do not listen to Forgotten Ghosts in public, or while you're at work, because there's been multiple times where I start crying every single time, because that song gets me. Also, Crawl Back to My Coffin is also another one that gets me, and I can't listen to it in public. But also one of my favorite music videos of the year. Like, that music video is freaking pretty. Like, I had to watch it at work. Sorry, I just realized that I had left the dog outside, and I feel really bad about that. But I watched the video for Crawl Back to My Coffin while I was at work when it premiered, and oh my god, I legitimately like didn't want to turn my eyes away from it, because it's so pretty. I love the storyline in that music video. Like, it's just magnificent. And then also, that released the same week Battleman's released Dying to Love, so I was crying a lot that week. I don't know what it is, because Memphis May Fire did that too when Battleman's released The Gray. Memphis May Fire released Make Believe, and both of those songs made me cry. I have some small vendetta there, because I when bands do that, ugh. Album number 2 of the year is Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. I absolutely love this album. I don't care what people say. Architects still makes good music. And yes, before you say anything, I went in a very heavy Architect's Journey in the early of the year, and I just listened to them also last week, and they were one of my top artists, I think, last week. I've been listening to their older stuff and whatever, but I'm gonna say, For Those Who Wish to Exist and The Classic Symptoms are very both good albums. I know not a lot of people like The Classic Symptoms, but I do, and it has some banger songs. It's not one of my top albums for them, but it's definitely there. But For Those Who Wish to Exist is one of my favorite albums of all time. This one though, I love it. Black Hole was honestly one of the first songs this year when it first dropped that I hooked onto so really hard, because the chorus in that is amazing, the breakdown in it is amazing. I did a whole album look for this album just because I wanted to, and I needed, felt like I needed to, because it's so good. It's so good. The feature of Amir Elsky on here is really good. I love Judgment Day, one of my favorite songs of the year as well. Then honestly, all the breakdowns on here are really good. All Sam's vocals on here are freaking amazing. It fills me up with so much happiness every time. Having Sing Red on here was actually very fun, and I really liked that they did throw that song on here. Brain Dead by House of Protection, I wasn't really sure of at first, but has definitely grown on me. Not one of my favorite songs of the year, but it's such a fun song. LG is another one of my favorite songs this year, because just it starts the album in such a fun way. Everything Ends, which I know they got freaking kind of shitted on for, it's an amazing song. It's a peak song. Shut your mouth about it, because it grew on me from when I first heard it, and it just kept growing and growing, and I love it, and it is one of my favorite songs of the year. It is so hard, like a country rock song, and I love that, and I want Architects to do more of those. And then Broken Mirror has made me cry. Chandelier, I think, has also made me cry. Landmines and Evil Eyes are just two very fun songs back to back. Just so fun, so fun. I love this album. It is just one of the things I think I came back to a lot after it released, or at least after the Spirit Box album was released, because those two released in such a close proximity that I kind of think I ditched this one for a little bit to go listen to Spirit Box, but I still came back to this a lot, especially the singles. Like Black Hole I've been listening to a lot recently because it's on this playlist and it comes up almost every single time I listen to this one. It is just such a good album, and I don't care what anybody says about it. It's just amazing. And then for Album of the Year #1, because I just talked about it, I'm wearing merch for it. My jacket that I just bought last month is over there for it. We got Spirit Box Tsunami at #1. If you have not seen any of the captions I put on my socials or on anything this year, or my reaction to this album when it first came out, if you do not know that I had already known that this was going to be my album of the year even before it dropped, you're fucking joking, you're kidding yourself, because oh my god, I love this album. This is my #1 album of the year. This is my AOTY of the year. It is freaking amazing. Courtney's vocals are amazing. The guitars and the drums, the extra vocals are freaking amazing. Fata Morgana starts off freaking amazing. It hits you like a ton of bricks. It is my favorite thing to listen to while I'm at work, because I can strut around, just listen to in general anywhere where I can start strutting around and being my weird acty self with it. I love it. Sorry. Soft Spine, still a hitter. No Loss, No Love, my top song, my favorite song of the year. I listen to that one on repeat so much. It's still on repeat. I absolutely love that song. It's so good. I'm still hooked on it heavily. Black Rainbow, top tier Spirit Box heavy song. Tsunami Sea and Keep Sweet. Ooh, hit your girl in the feels, love you, tell you, hit me in the feels. Perfect Soul does too. Beautiful song. Wish I listened to it more when it came out as a single because it is one of their best songs in my opinion. A Haven with Two Faces. Slay, slay, slay. The beginning of that song specifically and the first heavy part you hear just tingles my brain constantly. Crystal Roses, fun electronic song. Not my favorite thing, but I love that they took what they did with that Illuminium song that they featured on called Shivering. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it because it is the inspiration for Crystal Roses. I really like they took that and did their own thing, took that idea that they had with that person or that from that person and then did it in their own way, and it's really good. Not my favorite thing to listen to. I usually tend to skip it, but it's still a really good song and has some of, actually technically I think some of my favorite lyrics, but I don't really listen to it enough. And then we have Ride the Wave, one of the best breakdowns of the year, one of the best breakdowns on the album, explosive. If you did not watch my reaction video, go watch it because I legitimately fell to the floor because I was not fucking ready for it, and it hit, and it constantly hits still every time I listen to it. Like, if I want to listen to the breakdown, I will just go listen to the song, skip to the breakdown, listen to the breakdown, rewind it, listen to the breakdown again. And then Deep End, another song that hits me in the feels. Yeah, but I will say Deep End will not ever, I think, ever beat out Constance as an ending track for an album. Like, Constance is still my favorite, like, Spirit Box ending song ever, but Deep End is still really good. I think it's number 3 because Ultraviolet is definitely number 2 because I love Ultraviolet. But yeah, this is my number 1 album of the year. I hope you agree with me. If you agree with me, put down in the comments below, what are your favorite songs from these albums? Now let's go do EPs. Also, if you are wondering, I listened to 49 albums this year. Kind of sucks that it's not like a full 50, but I listened to 49 albums in total this year. That does not count all the other random albums and whatever I checked out this year. This is just my main AOTY list, which you'll see when I link it down below and from my screen recordings. But EPs this year, I listened to 22 of them. This is going to be my top 5. At number 5, we have Colorblind, Who Sold You This Truth. There was one song in particular, and I can't remember the title of it right now, that I was really hooked on and thought was really good. The rest of that EP was really good too. I liked it. If you've not listened to Colorblind, I definitely suggest you go and listen to this EP for yourself. Since I can't remember what the song title is called, and I should have probably looked it up before I filmed, I would just say go listen to it, experience the magic for yourself. At number 4, we have Silent Planet plus Invent Animate, Bloom in Heaven. This was originally my number 1 for this year, but then something else came along and took that spot. But I'm actually gonna tell you right now that I didn't go back to this EP that much, but I still really like it, and it's really good from just separately either listening to my Silent Planet playlist or just listening to, it's not Armageddon Eyes, but it's the first song they released as a single for the EP that I definitely listened to that song a lot because it just hooked with me much more than I think the other 2 songs. But the other 2 songs are still good. I just tend to skip them, but this EP was still really good for it just being a 3-song EP. And I really hope Invent Animate and Silent Planet do another collab thing like this because it was really fun. And I love both of those bands. I've definitely listened to Silent Planet though way more this year. Sorry, Invent Animate. But that being said, is there gonna, well, maybe there's gonna be an Invent Animate album next year? I kind of really hope so. I think we're definitely getting a Silent Planet album this year because they just released a single that's really good, by the way. Go listen to it. At number 3, not a lot of you are gonna know this. This is more like indie, like booking, not book time music, but like indie, like girly, like princessy music. I don't really know how to describe it, but it is Sarah Barrows with her project "A Girl on the Hill" and "Author's Note" and "To Whom It May Concern." I had both of these on my repeat playlist for a while. She also just released a deluxe of both of them, but like put together with like the demos and stuff, which was really good too. Again, don't remember specific song titles, but both of these EPs were really good. I was surprised at how much I liked them because she had a music project before just under her actual name, and I never really went back to it, but this I went back to it a lot, and it's very pretty music. Very pretty, like fantasy core girl music. If you're looking for that, go check out Girl on a Hill. It is absolutely amazing and just pretty. I'm gonna keep saying that. Yeah. EP number 2 is a more recent one. It is Currents All That Follows. I absolutely love Currents. I've definitely listened to them a lot this year because I've gone through like wanting to just listen to a specific type of metalcore, and Currents and like Moss to Flames and a couple other bands have that specific metalcore I'm looking for, and I love Currents. I've definitely listened to them quite a bit this year, but specifically it started with the first single that they released. If I can remember the name. Ah! Let's see if it's in the queue. Ignore the K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, I can't even look at the queue. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but I had that one on repeat. Another one, my favorite, I think though my favorite song from the whole EP, and one of my favorite songs of all year, is Can't Turn Back, because the "Who the fuck do you take me for" line just hit the floor. Who the fuck, or what the fuck do you take me for, is just one of the hardest lines I've heard in a song all year. And then that breakdown with like the different language speaking, I think it's Italian. It hits so hard every time it drops. It's my absolute favorite thing this year I've heard. And it makes me so excited. And then my number one EP of the year, my EP of the year is Windwalkers I Don't Belong, Windwalkers I Don't Belong Here, which I had kind of here and there checked out some of their songs before this EP dropped, but after this EP dropped, I went and listened to all their stuff. I really like it. They got a playlist. But this EP in specific, if you know Metal Blake Downs on Twitter, or Metalcore Clown Boy, was who got me to check this out because he was raving about it. So I put it on my new list to listen to the week it came out, and oh my god, I loved it. Eating Out My Heart still for sure being my favorite song on the whole thing, but Hereditary has some fire lyric lines. All the other songs have so many good lyric lines. The vocalist is amazing. The screams are amazing. I think one of the songs I had listened to before, because I think I was listening to this, no, because I did listen to the singles for it, but I never came back to them enough. But I came back to them so hard, and they were on my repeat. This EP was fully on my repeat playlist for a whole probably 3 months, or it came out in October, so I think, or September, a full almost 2 months, I think, or fully 2 months before I took it off, because I think it released like the week after, or the same week as the I Prevail album did, but it's freaking amazing and I loved it so much. Like, I'm seriously this weekend gonna do TikToks with me just dancing around singing to the songs because I absolutely love them. They really just, this EP blew me out of the water. I don't know what it is, why I grabbed my claws into it so much, but it is amazing. Please go check out Windwalkers, specifically this EP called I Don't Belong Here. If you haven't, please go do. Brace yourself with this. Please, for the love of God. Please. Okay, so next up, you're gonna see a bunch of screen recorded videos of just the rest of my album of the year list, the rest of my EP of the year list, and then all my checkouts. And then I'm gonna also throw in a little screen recorded video of my whole favorite songs of the year playlist, because I don't have a full like specific list for that, because I cannot choose a couple songs just to be my like top songs of the year. I know I've said throughout the video I have some, but it's just more loosely that like they're my top ones, like, for sure. I don't know how to explain this, but whatever. I'm gonna go do that and film the voiceover. I hope you have a great rest of your day after you finish watching this video. I don't know how to end this. Hello, I'm back with the first screen recording, or all of them, because I'm gonna just do them in all one video. But these are the rest of my albums I listened to this year from my AOTY list. Again, if you see one you really liked at the bottom, it's just because I either didn't listen to it enough, or I guess also just didn't come back to it enough, or I really only listened to like one song from the whole thing because I got really busy and there's just so many albums released this year that I couldn't keep up with listening to all of them. But here are all the 49 albums I listened to this year. I'm gonna also link the sheet down below so you can see for yourself without hopefully the screen being shaky. Here is also all of the EPs from this year that I listened to. And then lastly, we have my checkouts, which is all the albums that didn't get onto my AOTY that I either don't know the band that well but wanted to check out the album, or it's a band I just found and I wanted to check out the album, or I listen to a certain band but I don't listen to their whole discography, so then they end up going on here. But here is all of the albums that I checked out this year. Obviously, Mortal Reminder being the newest one. That one comes out this Friday, so I just threw it on here because I'm probably going to end up liking it anyway. But here, again, are all the albums. Ooh. Hymns of Dissonance by Whitechapel is really good, by the way. Then we have all the EPs this year that I checked out. Some really good ones in there. And then we have deluxes and re-releases, because I do not and will never count deluxes or re-releases in my top stuff, because I think that's cheating. But these were all really good deluxes and re-releases, especially the Northlane one. I really like the Northlane one. Also got me into really listening to Northlane again already after I had really listened to Northlane a lot earlier in this year. And then just some random movie and TV show ones, also musicals. Also, the last one in movie, TV, and book is just K-pop Demon Hunters. I just have it abbreviated. I did check it out. It is really good. I can thank my little sister for that because she listens to that every day. But some of the songs are really good, I will admit that. Okay, see you for my favorite songs. Hi, welcome to my favorite songs of 2025 playlist. This playlist is currently 9 hours and 45 minutes after just adding songs to it today. It is currently has 156 songs, 165 songs. Again, I'm tired. Also just after from adding songs today. But I am gonna just scroll through this, maybe talk a little bit about it. I made this playlist in the middle of the year with just wanting to collect some of my favorite songs of the year. It has a wide range of different songs and artists. Yeah. I just thought this would be a really fun thing to do this year. I'm probably also gonna post this on TikTok. But if you're interested, I'll also try and link this down below if you want to save it and just get a little taste of like my music taste and the bands I like and what songs I really hook onto, or full EPs or full albums or almost full albums that are on here. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, currently one of my top favorite songs is actually this Point North song called Dead to Me. I've had this one on repeat for weeks, like not too long after it released. It's freaking catchy and it gets stuck in my head a lot, and I've just been fully obsessed with it. If you've seen my socials, you will know it's been my top song every week for like the past at least almost 4 or 5 weeks. Yeah. Oh, it glitched. And then a lot of these we're coming towards are just the ones I added today. So, yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Obviously I will do this again next year. Hopefully with an actual camera and stuff so I don't have to keep using my phone and worry about running out of storage. But if you're interested at all, you can also follow me on my social medias where I will use a lot of songs that will come out during the year in my videos and stuff. But yeah, again, I just really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good rest of your day or night or whatever time of day it is where you live. Goodbye! I'm gonna finish scrolling up through this.